You see it is anucleated, there's no nucleus. It is biconcave in shape on both sides. And why the red blood cell is red? Because it has hemoglobin, the largest white blood cell, which is our monocyte. How can I identify that? This nucleus is U-shaped, first thing. And it is the largest. You can compare all the 5 cells we have. That's the largest white blood cell is this monocyte. When it goes to tissue, it becomes macrophage. Next cell, you can see here, it has the almost covered by this nucleus. It is though small, but the nucleus is so big. This is lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is going to be our second cell. You can clearly see that no other cells are like this. The multi-lobe nucleus, 2 or 3 lobe. But interestingly, those granules you see there, these are bluish in color. That is the basic dye we say. So from the basic dye, you know the word comes basophil. Basophil is this nucleus, this cell, which is the least number of cells that we see. Now, next one, these granules, you see the red-orange color, and that takes the acidic stain. So we call it eosinophil. Okay, it has 2 lobes, that's fine, but look at the color. That will help you to understand eosinophil acidic stain. Okay, it's like 3 to 5 nuclear lobes you see there. The very fine granules. So this is works against bacterial infection usually. That lymphocyte is going to work against the viral infections. Eosinophil, basophil, allergic reaction, parasitic infections, and I already mentioned. This is the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium. The things you see here, these are called auricle. It looks like ear. So when I open it, you see this right atrium. One depression that you can have a look, that is the fossa ovale. And this upper part, superior vena cava, it is coming to the right atrium. From the bottom, the inferior vena cava is going to the same place. So they are all bringing blood to the right atrium. Now, from right atrium, the next destination of blood should be to the right ventricle. What we see here is this tricuspid valve. Why tricuspid? It has 3 cusps. 1, 2, 3 cusps. And you see all those string-like things. These are the important things. The chorda tendineae. We have those papillary muscles attached to this. And at the end, you see the trabecula carni. So 3 important structures. Thick muscle, and it has a strong muscle build we see here. There is a septum. You see the wall of the septum. We have this the bicuspid valve, also known as the mitral valve, between left atrium and left ventricle. From right atrium, blood goes to the right ventricle. From here, through this pulmonary, it will go to the pulmonary trunk, divided into pulmonary arteries. The artery, though it is colored blue because it is containing deoxygenated blood, they become oxygenated. Coming back to this left atrium, you see 2 pulmonary veins here, 2 over there, and all these 4 veins are bringing blood to the left atrium. From there to the mitral valve, going to left ventricle, and then another valve, last one is the aortic valve right over there. That will bring this blood to the aorta. Aorta has the ascending part, arch of aorta, and then descending part. Before we go to the blood vessel, a few things I want to add here, which is the coronary vessel. You see those small tiny vessels. This is the right coronary vessel supplying right side of the heart. This is the left coronary, which becomes 2 branches. This is the circumflex. This is the left anterior descending, and they all supply blood to heart. There is a big sinus over here. There's a big vein on the bottom part, back of the heart. Starting with the flag you see here, that is between the right atrium and the left atrium. This is called foramen ovale. if you take a look, it looks oval shape, and that is connecting, bypassing this ventricle. So right atrium to left atrium is the foramen ovale. After birth, this thing is missing. We don't see the foramen ovale, but we see a depression here. It is called fossa ovalis, ductus arteriosus. That should be between this pulmonary artery and connecting the aorta, which is right over here. This is the pulmonary artery, and it is connected to the aorta. Once the baby is born, becomes mature, this is what is left over right on this structure, ligamentum arteriosus. This is placenta. From placenta, blood is coming through the umbilical cord. It has umbilical veins and artery. The red one here is the umbilical vein because it is taking oxygenated blood to heart. So only two veins that carry oxygen. One is the pulmonary vein, the other one is this one, blood there. But there is a connection here between this umbilical vein and the inferior vena cava, which is known as ductus venosus. This one is the vein, and the other one is the artery that is bringing blood back to the umbilical cord. Now from the arch, we have three important branches coming up. On the right side, that's the brachiocephalic trunk. Why brachio? Because it's going to the hand and the arm, and cephalic, it is going to the brain, and to the head as well. Cephalus is head. So that is the brachiocephalic trunk, which divides into two parts. Subclavian, going under the clavicle. And this one is the common carotid artery going through the neck upwards. This is a branch coming from subclavian. It is the vertebral branch. So we go back to the left side. We don't have a brachiocephalic on the left side. What we have is the common carotid, which divides into two parts, external and internal. The external one will give a branch called the temporal artery. Internal one will be inside the cranium. Now this is the subclavian, as I mentioned, going under the clavicle and going to the arm. It becomes axillary artery where it is on the axilla, that is our armpit. Then going downwards, this is the artery called brachial artery. You see here, the one going towards through the ulna, that is the ulnar artery. The other one over the radius will be radial artery. On our palm, they will make some arches, palmar arches. Some are superficial, some are deep arches. This is the part on the thorax called thoracic aorta, which gives a lot of those intercostal arteries, these branches. And then the abdominal aorta, you see that celiac artery, which gives branches to the hepatic artery. This is the splenic artery going to spleen. There should be arteries to the kidneys. You see there, the renal arteries. We have the superior mesenteric, inferior mesenteric, and then it keeps going downwards to divide into common iliac arteries. This is left common iliac arteries will have the interrupted internal branch going into the pelvic organs. External branch will come down here, and that will become a femoral and deep femoral like this. So going downwards around the knee joint, we see anterior tibial, actually the anterior tibial. Then we have posterior tibial, this one, and then the last one here is the peroneal artery. And then on the foot, they will form the plantar arch. We see those arches in our feet. There is a long vein here. It's a long vein from the foot up to the femoral vein. This is called great saphenous. Great saphenous, very long vein. It is saphenous because the word saphenous means clearly visible. If it is a great saphenous, there must be another one here, that is the small saphenous. This is another vein. Tibial, anterior tibial, posterior tibial, they will convert into popliteal vein. Later on, femoral vein, external iliac vein, common iliac vein, and the inferior vena cava. You see here the blue one. It will drain blood going up, getting some branches from kidneys, that is renal branches, gonadal veins. Interesting thing is, those mesenteric veins, superior, anterior, inferior, they will not drain into the veins, into the vena cava. They will drain into liver as a portal circulation. Later on, the hepatic vein will convert, and eventually all these veins from the lower extremities, they will come to the right atrium here. Upper extremities, we start from the palmar arteries in our palms. On the ulnar side, this is the ulnar vein. Radial side, radial vein, these two. At the middle, median antebrachial vein, that is the cephalic vein, going all the way up to here into the axillary vein, which is the basilic. We have median cubital vein and the brachial vein right over there. All these veins will convert into axillary, and then the cephalic vein comes here. They become those subclavian vein, converge with those jugular veins coming up from the head and neck. Internal jugular, external jugular, along with the vertebral veins, converge into subclavian, and they will drain all the blood into the superior vena cava. From the right side, the azygos veins will drain into the superior vena cava. From the left side, hemiazygos and accessory hemiazygos vein will drain into the azygos vein. So that is actually in short about all these wiring. Any questions?